Welcome to the 2024 MLS Next Pro Pick Your Opponent, or PYO as the kids are calling it. I am Max Bretos. I am thrilled to be here for a variety of reasons. As you know, MLS Next Pro, the launching pad of so much great talent that we are seeing develop constantly here for their league and the Senior League and Major League Soccer. This is also an amazing idea. I can assure you that every professional sports league will imitate what we're doing here because it's a great idea. To be able to pick your opponent, if you finish at the top of your conference, you should have that right. And we're giving those teams here that exactly. I'm also very pumped because I'm surrounded by such great company, which we will introduce here shortly. So you can listen to this on MLS Next Pro's website, also on the social media handle. So spread the words. We are with the Eastern Conference at 3 o'clock Eastern time. We will be with the West. But here are the 8 teams that have made it. We will start with the teams that are going to be making the selections here, the top 3 teams in the conference. Let's start with the introductions. FC Cincinnati, who finished first, and we are joined by Director of Player Pathway, Jeff Lorenowitz. I always said he'd be a great coach. He decided to go to the executive level instead. We'll hear from Jeff here shortly. Second place, Philadelphia Union. It's their head coach, Marlon LeBlanc, and their Director of Academy and Professional Development, John Shear. Also making a selection today is Inter Miami 2, their senior team getting ready to lead the way in the Supporter Shield. Federico Higuain, everyone's favorite Higuain, joins us here. He is their head coach, joined by his assistant, Christian Ledesma. Now, the rest of the clubs are like deer in the headlights here. They're going to find out where they're going to be going. Chicago Fire, great season. Their second team finishing 4th. Their head coach, Ludovic Tiandier, and their assistant, Chicago Fire legend, Patrick Niako. In 5th place was Orlando City. Their head coach, Manuel Goldberg, joins us, and Ricardo Moreira, VP of Soccer Operations. Want to make it note that Orlando bracing for the storm, so we're thrilled that they could join us here. First class that they were able to make all those arrangements. 6th place, New York City FC. Their VP of Sporting Operations and Strategy, Sam Pugsley. And assistant coach, Danny Sapero. I remember just the other day calling his game as well. I'm going to be feeling pretty old here, guys, so just bear with me. But it's good to see so many familiar faces. Columbus Crew 2, the team that put MLS Next Pro on the map. Kelvin Jones, who's done a remarkable job, is their head coach. He will be seeing and finding out, like everyone else, exactly where he will be headed on October the 18th when MLS Next Pro playoffs begin. And head coach of the Crown Legacy of Charlotte is Kevin Sawchak. You can see him there at the bottom. He's actually gone next level and put a crown on his head to prepare for today's festivities. So there you have it, the particulars. And now we are going to get ready to make some selections. And the man at the top, and we'll all remember last year, SKC and Benny Feilhaber, who finished 3rd, picked the 4th place team, which sent shockwaves, and it also gave birth to the scared money don't make money sensation. Maybe we'll do that. And I know if there's anyone who could probably pull that off, it's Jeff Lorenowitz. He is with FC Cincinnati 2. They finished 1st. Philadelphia Union 2 will then make their selection. Inter Miami 2 will make theirs. And then we will get ready for the playoffs, and these coaches and executives can get ready to prepare their teams accordingly. This is really exciting because their prep cannot begin until we get through these details. So let's get into it. I know everyone's eager to move on to the next step. Let's make some selections here. And time to PYO. Pick your opponent. Jeff Lorenowitz, who hasn't aged a day, will be making the first selection. Jeff, you have 2 minutes to make the pick, but you've had a good week to think about this. So I'm sure you've done your due diligence. Welcome.
Thanks, Max. It's good to see you.
Good to see you too. So I wish I had a drum roll effect. It would give a little more drama, but most people say you're going to go pick the team that finished 8th. Maybe you see a better matchup in there. What is your selection today?
Who's saying we're going to do that? No, well, we've gone with the anti-content pick. We are selecting Crown Legacy FC.
Crown Legacy. There's Kevin Sawchak. Why Crown Legacy? Obviously, you're going to be hosting it. Home field carries the most weight, but why was Crown Legacy the right matchup?
We haven't seen them since May. They're a very good team. They've found their way into the playoffs. We're excited to welcome them back to Northern Kentucky University.
Excited to welcome them. Kevin, not too much waiting. Was that the matchup you expected?
Yeah, we came in at eighth place, so you always kind of expect the first seed to pick you, and we remember what it was like to enter the playoffs last year with all the pressure on us. So we're looking forward to entering the playoffs this year as underdogs.
Cincinnati finished with 54 points and Crown with a 16 wins. Crown Legacy 11 wins, finished with 45 points. So not a huge gap, but certainly FC Cincinnati looking to put their stamp on this. You don't know what to expect. So, gentlemen, you are off the hook. Best of luck, Jeff. Best of luck, Kevin, as you prepare for that matchup. So we got one in the books. We now turn the page to Philadelphia Union 2. Very exciting team to keep an eye on. Kevin Sullivan, we expect to hopefully see him. He's made some moves to the senior team. Marlon, you are on the clock again. You have 2 minutes. You can take a little more time because maybe your opponent's off the board here. Who is going to be your selection?
Before we make the selection, Max, just want to send our best wishes to Manuel, Fetty, the clubs down in Florida, all the people down there, and send you our best wishes from the Philadelphia Union. That said, Philadelphia Union 2 selects New York City FC.
All right, so we go a little bit off kilter there. As the sixth place team, New York City FC 2 is the selection. Philadelphia Union, and very well said on that front, Marlon, and everyone there, Philadelphia Union. Why was New York City FC a good matchup for you guys? Obviously, a team you're very familiar with.
I've got my Bridge Brigade fan group logo hoodie on right now, and I think we wanted to pick someone that our fans love to hate and could get behind the game, but unfortunately Red Bull wasn't available for this call, so we went with New York City FC. But no, in all seriousness, Max, I think there were 3 points difference between third place and ninth place. Each of the teams from 5 through 8 had 11 wins. They're all really good teams. Pilks and Danny do such a fantastic job with NYCFC, and we've played 2 fantastic, exciting games already this season. So we're really looking forward to the challenge of a rubber match with them.
Very well said. And by the way, if we could move some merchandise here, go to MLS Next Pro, MLS shop.com, and get yourself some Philadelphia Union 2 gear, which looks very, very smart. So I like what you said there about it's very tightly packed. New York City FC and Taylor Caleta, who was fantastic this season. We'll shift focus here to Sam. Your reaction to, I mean, he had the eyes on the Red Bull, but we know Philadelphia and New York, no love lost.
Yeah, if we're going to be the second most hated team in New York between us and Philly, we're okay with that. But no, listen, it's exactly right. And with only 3 points separating, it's sort of a crapshoot and who's picking who. And it was a close season, or close finish all year round. We split the series this year, 2 close matches. So I'm excited to be heading down the road. Don't have to travel too far. So happy about that and looking forward to it.
Good point there, Sam. A shorter trip certainly will. Maybe we're going to bus ride this sucker here for this quarterfinal again, which begins October the 18th. Philadelphia, 15 big wins, certainly along with FC Cincinnati too. The prohibitive favorites heading into these Eastern Conference playoffs. All right, we're filling out our bracket here. This is exciting. So now we move to Inter Miami, Federico Higuain, Christian Ledesma joining us. Couple clubs off the board. So New York City FC, Crown Legacy, as opponents have been claimed. You have Orlando City, Columbus Crew 2. What is your selection?
Hi, guys. Hi, everyone. Hope everybody is doing well. Inter Miami selects Columbus Crew.
Columbus Crew, the team that finished 7th, who did win the inaugural MLS Next Pro Championship back 2 years. And if you're unfamiliar with that team, that ended up being the squad that filled the coffers of Columbus Crew and all the success that they had in 2023. Patrick Schulte continues that success as well. With the national team. And of course, we're heading to an international date. So Columbus Crew, Kelvin, there you have it. You are the 7th place team, but you kind of have a target on your back because of the success Columbus Crew 2 have had. What do you think about this matchup?
Yeah, we're looking forward to it. To be honest with you, it's no matter who has picked us, we'll be prepared and ready. It's always about what we can do rather than the opponent. So looking forward to making the trip down to Florida and Pipa. Looking forward to seeing you again.
See you soon, amigo.
Friendly fire there. That's pretty good thus far. But again, Columbus and Miami, You would never have expected it to be such a rivalry, but we can add a few more coals onto that with regards to how it's played out in MLS Next Pro. So stay tuned for that one as well. That means Chicago Fire FC2, Ludovic, you have got Orlando City B. That is the final opponent. I will start with the folks there at Chicago, Ludovic and Patrick. That was probably the matchup you would have expected, but now that it's reality, what are your thoughts about getting Orlando?
I guess we are the lucky ones to get to play against the team that nobody wants to play against. Then that says a lot. I think Orlando is a very good team, you know. Then yeah, we expected a little bit this matchup. We played against them recently, and we are very excited to have them come at home for us.
Why is that the team no one wants to play? Obviously, they have some momentum, but why is that the team you would have maybe preferred to see another opponent?
But that's a team that, you know, that can score at any moment. That's we played against them recently, then we know the quality they have on the field. It's a good mix between technique and physicality. Then that's definitely a great game for us. Yeah.
Excellent, and we're look forward to that as well. Manuel tuning in again, maybe an expected matchup, but you will have to make the trip up north. How are you? Obviously, with some unfortunate circumstances right now dealing with, which is going to take away from some of your training schedule. But what do you think about Chicago Fire as an opponent?
Well, hello everybody. Well, of course, it's gonna be a very tough match. Playoff matches are a bit different than the rest, and we have to go over there, and we will try to make the best out of it, and all the best to everybody.
Okay, it's going to heat up now. You guys have 2 weeks to prepare. So with 2 minutes to make selections, 2 weeks to get ready, the playoffs will begin October the 18th as we will crown the third MLS Next Pro champion. There it is. Read 'em and weep. The matchup's coming. This is actually going to be Sunday, October the 20th. FC Cincinnati, who finished first in the East, will take on Crown Legacy, who made the playoffs. And again, it was an incredible decision day as we were able to not only fill out the playoff numbers, but certainly the positioning as well. There is Inter Miami 2, Columbus Crew. I got my eye on that one. Just to see those logos against each other, it gets your blood rushing, certainly. Philadelphia Union 2 and New York City FC 2. That a local derby. We will see it firsthand here in that opening round of the Eastern Conference. And Chicago Fire, Orlando City, as we heard Coach Ludovic Tayande saying, Orlando coming in with offensive fireworks aplenty. There you go. We've got it all set for the East. Gentlemen, wonderful to see you. Good luck with what lies ahead here in the playoffs. I know it's going to be an exciting ride. I know they all said yes at the same time. They're all nodding profusely, but they got lots of work to do. Make sure you tune in for MLS Next Pro playoffs, and make sure you join us here at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. We'll do the exact same thing with the Western Conference. Have a great day. We will see you at 3 Eastern Time.